All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the MMA Fight Game Podcast. We're with a first-time athlete fighter who's competing on the legendary Combat FC 6 card. He is one of the athletes competing on 3 of the title fights on Joe Cavallero, Rick Caldwell's Combat FC 6, February 9th, Super Bowl weekend 2024 in Wilmington, Massachusetts at the legendary Shriners Auditorium. VIP Ali Zebian
Yes,
is
sir.
currently. Did I get it right?
You got it right. You got it right.
All right, man. I butcher people. Like I was interviewing Robelis Despain's manager when he got signed to the UFC, and
Oh,
man,
yeah.
and that's the most embarrassing thing is hacking athletes.
Seriously.
Because you guys are spending a hard time. Like I can't get my shit straight to, get your names right.
Yeah.
Like, but it's brutal because you're trying to think so much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then currently, VIP is currently 10-4. His last win was a devastating KO TKO where he broke his opponent's arm. He is fighting Yann Oliveira for the vacant Combat FC 170-pound welterweight title on a massive night of fights in New England. Ali, I truly appreciate the time. How are you?
Oh, yeah. Good, good. Like I said, I'm just getting over being sick this week, but I'm here, ready to get this fight going, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you told me, because we had this interview scheduled earlier in the week, and my first question was, are you a New England Patriots fan? Because we don't cut any Patriots fans like that Joe Giannetti character who wears Patriot stuff on my podcast. I'm like, hell no, I ain't rescheduling this. No, but
No.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you, man.
It's not too snowy in New England like it is here in Buffalo, New York. So I truly appreciate the time. So let's talk about the fight. How did this fight come about? And is this your first title fight that you're fighting?
So honestly, after the fight where, I dispatched my opponent's arm with a kick, I got a bunch of offers. Hey, do you want to fight this guy? Do you want to fight that guy? You know what I mean? So I just pretty much weighed, my options. And I've always been wanting to fight for Combat FC. I tried to fight for him a while ago, and the fight fell through. This might be my second time, I think, maybe second or third time. I mean, and I decided to go with this fight. Especially since it's on UFC Fight Pass, that's the biggest thing right there. And what was I gonna say? What was the other part of the question?
Like how did the fight come about? Rick just got in touch with you.
Yeah. Rick got in touch with me, and like I said, I had a bunch of options, and with the UFC Fight Pass, being there, I jumped on it. You know what I mean? Because there's not many in New England right now. We really don't have any other promotions that are on UFC Fight Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you have CFFC, you have LFA, you have Uriah Faber's A1 out of California. So I definitely getting that. If anybody that knows you that's going to watch this interview is interested in coming, Combat FC is run by Joe Cavallero and Rick Caldwell. Joe Cavallero and Rick are both real OGs in the game. Joe Cavallero has known UFC president Dana White since he was 18 years old at the Boston Hotel. So there's a long line of combat sports. Joe spares no expense in running this event.
Oh, yeah.
Shriners Auditorium is a beautiful venue for MMA. Very easy to find, very easy to get in and out of. It's a great night of fights. Obviously, I think the first time I was experienced with Combat FC was Combat FC 4. And then I didn't go to Combat FC 5. I will be at your fights this time. But in my opinion, this night of fights, top to bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Nasty Nate Garib and Shameless Don Shane is headlining. You and being the gritty veteran, facing
Yep.
the hands of Yann Oliveira, and then obviously John Duma defending his title that night. And then you got Captain America Gerald Muse on the card as well.
Oh,
It's gonna be a great night of fights. So your fans, your friends, your family who are coming out to make the event, they're going to be impressed. It's top notch. It's a lot of fun. I can't say enough. But
oh,
going into the fight, discussing the fight, what are your expectations for February 9th against Yann Oliveira?
That's a good question. To be honest with you, haven't been able to really study the guy too much because, there's not a lot of video on him out there. But, when you don't know what's going on, just expect the unexpected. You know what I mean? Come prepared for everything, anything. You know what I mean? And I got my game plan, and I'm gonna go in there and run it. You know what I mean? Get that belt. That's the plan.
Yeah, and you train at Underground MMA. So do your coaches over there, do you and the coaches formulate the game plan, or is it something that kind of you do on your own?
We watch tape, and we definitely formulate a game plan. But since there isn't too much on him, we're gonna have to go a little different route. You know what I mean? But still, obviously, formulate a game plan. Sit down with the coaches, um, watch tape, and a lot of the stuff we did is actually just analyze my fights. And hey, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. You know what I mean? We gotta fix that.
Yeah.
So
And a lot of reason why there's probably not tape out there is because he has 4 first-round finishes by KO, TKO. So
yeah,
he flatlines or starches guys.
yeah.
So, that's one of the things that you could probably game plan for, but getting into deep waters, that's something that you kind of got to be ready for the unknown, unexpected, right?
Exactly. With this fight, really, like, it's a 5-round fight, and I've been in 5-round fights before. I've been in 3 fights in one night, and I'll tell you, just from my experience, you really never know if it's going to be a first round fight or if it's going to go to 5 rounds. And you might try to finish the guy, and you're going to go all 5 rounds. So I'm going to be prepared for both. I am prepared for both. Either if I have to go in the first round, finish him, bam. Second round, 5th round, doesn't matter. I'm gonna have my cardio ready, those sprints on point, but doing my sprints and long-winded conditioning, everything. I think that's what got me sick, to be honest with you. Oh man.
But like we talked about before we got on the call, that the sinus, the flu,
Yeah, that too. It's been going around. Yeah,
going
it's
around
been
the
going
whole
around.
it's going around the whole country. You mentioned when we talked that when you were on CS 75, your last fight was a KO injury. Talk to me about that fight. What like finishing a fight like that? What's that like?
Crazy, crazy. I'll tell you that much. I mean, I was in the fight. And I had a preset. To be honest with you, it wasn't just random. I did have that combo preset in my head. Not even in training, because it was actually in the locker room. Sorry, in the hotel room. And I was just thinking, what do I want to hit on this guy? And I was hitting it. I only modified it by a bit. I was doing the combo. I said, I'm gonna hit this combo a few times. Let me see if I can land it. And I didn't land it the way I wanted it to, but it did the job that needed to be done. And I threw the kick, and he blocked it, and I'm like, okay. And as soon as he blocked it, I noticed he kind of went down a little bit. And I'm like, oh, that must have hurt. And we're fighting, and he just blocks it, and all of a sudden, when my eyes see that image of his arm just literally twisted like this, I was in shock almost. I was like, holy crap, what am I looking at right now? You know what I mean? And I was just in shock. I was literally in shock. And I was like, what the hell just happened? What did I just do to this guy? And I felt bad for him. But then maybe 10, 15 seconds in, I'm like, wait, I guess I just won the fight. I'm like, all right, at least that's good.
Yeah.
It was pretty shocking, honestly.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what are your expectations for February 9th at Combat FC 6?
Expectations, really have no expectations. Go in there, and I really want to get this job done in exciting fashion. And if you look at my career, I've had a lot of wins, a lot of fights, a lot of great fights. And I want to add those finishes. I really want to add those finishes. Conor McGregor said it best. He said nobody cares about your wins or the belts or anything like that. What they remember is your highlight. What did you do? How did you do it? And I really want to capitalize on that as much as I can in this fight. Because that's good. That's what's going to take me to the next levels.
And that's the expectation is like what would you see happening next?
Oh, for me in my career?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of options, you know. I applied for the Ultimate Fighter, and I'd really love to get on that. That's my shit. You know, I love the show. Uh, and they're looking for featherweights. I know I'm not a featherweight, but to be honest with you, between me and you and everybody else, I really don't cut any weight. So,
Okay.
um, yeah.
So, so obviously, have you? Because I know you guys. Because I just got off a call with the headliner, Nasty Nate Grieb. He too also applied for the Ultimate Fighter. Have you gotten a call back?
I got an email back, so you know, I'm waiting to see what's going on. Actually, me and Nate, we used to train a little bit with each other. I don't know, but he literally used to live like 10 minutes away from me. I think
Oh,
he moved to Florida, but we know each other pretty good, you know.
so you got an email back saying they want you on the show, or?
They just said, you know, like we'll keep in touch or whatever. And you know, we'll see what happens. So I'm excited. You know, it's not like you know, a yes or a no, but you know, they're gonna like, I don't know,
Yeah.
go
How?
forward with it or something.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh, okay. So you're right there in that age range that
Yeah, yeah.
Dana's looking for. Not too young, not too old. Like you're like right there. What's your athletic background? What you do in high school, college, things like that?
Mostly wrestling and track. You know, I really started wrestling because of MMA. You know, you know, as you can see, you know, in my basement, I got like mats and stuff. So even you know, when I was a kid, I had it, you know, in high school and all that stuff. So long story short, we were just fighting in here, you know, and I couldn't drive out. I didn't have a car to drive out to like a real MMA gym, so I ended up just joining the wrestling team, you know, and it was the greatest decision, you know, because
Yeah. So what got you into mixed martial arts or training for mixed martial arts, should I say?
yeah. My friend, we watching UFC. He was like a big Russian kid. He got me into the gym, and he was a good kid. He showed me how to lift weights, and we would always watch UFC, and we would fight each other all the time, and that's it. You know, literally, he got me gloves for my birthday. I would wear one, he would wear one, and we just, you know, bang it out, have fun with it, you know, and slowly and slowly, I just kept growing and kept doing my thing. And you know, I haven't stopped. I have not stopped this chase. You know, to get to the top. It's a hard one, but you know, I haven't stopped. I feel like last few years I've kind of been like right here. You know, where like that same point, I just want to get past it. You know what I mean?
Get over that proverbial hump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right there though. I'm right
Yeah.
there. Everybody's getting these opportunities, man. Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, I got the most experience right now, you know, and there's guys that have way less experience. They get these opportunities, and I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm like the dark horse right now, you know, like I told you, the media right now is shutting me out. They don't even want to freaking cover my fight, you know, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't even care, but I just think it's so funny, you know, and you know, I don't got any backings out here. I'm running this shit on my own right now. You know, I'm running on my own. I don't even have a manager, so I'm doing it all on my own. And you know, I just think it's funny, and I'm gonna get there. When I do get there, it's gonna be even sweeter. Believe me. You know.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you've watched any of our other podcasts or anything like that, but
Yep.
um, I'd interviewed First Round Management's AJ Ariosa, and the reason we connected was because we went to the same high school, we grew up in the
Wow.
same town. So if you ever, you know, need something like that to watch out for your best interests, AJ works with Melky Kawa over at First Round Management. Top notch guys. AJ's great. If you
Yeah.
need it, let me know.
Oh, I really appreciate it. I actually been trying to get in contact with them. They hit me up a long time ago, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me try hitting them back up, and it just it kind of didn't work out, you know. And I'm yeah, maybe that'd be something to go pursue actually.
Yeah, I mean, I can give AJ your contact. You know, obviously, I'll make the contact, and you guys meet and talk. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, you know, I respect that, no harm. But you know, that's part of the reason why I do this is, you know, try to help you guys get. You know, it's like that Zig Ziglar comment: help enough people get what they want, then eventually you'll get what you want, type thing.
Definitely. Yeah,
We
no, I
don't.
appreciate. I actually really like that. So we could definitely do that. I
Yeah,
was actually in Vegas not too long ago training. And there's a lot of managers out there and all that stuff, and I didn't really connect with anybody because I'm not the best with connections sometimes.
AJ's a great guy. He's a Webster, New York kid. And obviously, us being from the same hometown, we want to see everybody eat. What were you doing out in Vegas?
I was just training with one of my buddies, and he goes to Extreme Couture. He invited me out there, and I stayed in his apartment, slept on the floor, and just trained out there for a week. Got real good training with the best in the world. You know what I mean? Real good training.
So you trained at Extreme Couture. So did you get to spar with the middleweight champ who's got a fight this upcoming weekend at UFC 297 in Toronto, Sean Strickland?
No, I didn't get to spar with him, but he's way bigger than me. But yeah, I got to meet him and everything. Got to meet a lot of great fighters. Got to work with a lot of great fighters, but I didn't get to work with the middleweight king right now.
Was he there working with you?
Oh, yeah, he was there. He was there. They split up. Actually, they split up the practices nowadays. So they have like a bigger guy practice and like the little guy practice, I guess. Lightweight,
Yeah, so maybe in the little guy practice, I don't know if you know, but the current Bellator, I think he's bantamweight, Patchy Mix
Yes.
is from Buffalo, New York, with his girlfriend Tatiana Suarez. Did you roll with those guys?
Now listen, I don't wanna like, be an asshole or make any bullshit, but I tried to roll with him. He made a bad look at me like, you wanna fucking go with me? And he didn't roll with me, so it's funny. I actually did spar him. I was there last year. I got to spar him. It was a great time, but last year I had a broken arm, so I was just healing up. I had like a pad over it, so I really didn't get to do my full thing. I came this year and had a great experience, even if it was for a week, it's a great experience, great time,
Yeah. Now, who's your buddy that goes to Extreme Couture? Can you give his name out?
Yeah, do you know Sage Philippe by any chance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the lawyer, right?
It says
It's his
on his
nickname, right?
yeah, his nickname, yeah, on his Instagram. But yeah, he's pretty cool, right? You know him?
Yeah, I saw him fight at Combat FC 4. He fought I think he fought Aaron Tercel, who's fighting John Piersma at Cage Titans like next week.
Yeah. That Aaron Tercel fight was a great fight for Sage. He did a great job. I
Yeah,
love
no,
that
I
fight.
was like it was kind of lull, and then those boys came out. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
now I'm entertained for sure. That's great.
Oh yeah.
Did you get to work with Eric Nixick at all, the head coach of Extreme Couture? Did he give you any knowledge bombs or anything like that?
He's a great coach, and I loved training there. But I didn't get to work one-on-one with him. To be honest with you, we were effing up left and right. Like I brought one of my buddies too. He's a guy who trains with me too, but he's not even like a fighter at all. And I told Sage, I'm like, yo, don't let this guy. There's two practices. There's the pro practice, and there's like, if you look on the other side, it's kind of like the normal guys, the non-fighter people. And I'm like, we shouldn't let this guy in the pro practice. He's like, I think he'll be good. And he got kicked out probably within 5 minutes of the pro practice. So it's pretty funny, man. It's pretty funny. I was like, God damn it. We're making ourselves look bad here.
What does your family think of you being a mixed martial artist?
At first they didn't want it. We don't want you to do that. It's too much. It's crazy, But at this point, obviously, they're just supporting me. You know what I mean? And they come to all my fights. Me and my dad, we watch UFC a little bit together.
Awesome.
You know, outside of my family, it's kind of like a mixed thing. My uncles. I was at dinner not so long ago, and they're like, they didn't want to have anything to do with it. They think it's a disgrace almost, but it is what it is. I'm kind of
Who thought it was a disgrace?
not really disgrace, but you know what I mean. Like the way they talked about it, my uncles, they're
Oh,
like,
okay.
that's
Gotcha.
nasty, like you shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? You feel me, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it goes to that quote. I'm kind of ad-libbing it a little bit. The UFC president Dana White says, you have four sports going on a corner. You have basketball in one corner, you have baseball, you have hockey, you have fighting. And you know, where the crowd is going to go. Everybody's going to go to the fights because everybody understands fighting and we all like it, you know. So it's
Exactly.
kind of the quote there. But before I wrap up, do you have any sponsors? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I got a couple sponsors that I've been with for a while. Got Ted's Creative Jewelry, Southampton, Shortstop Bar and Grill in Westfield, and the last one that I've been recently sponsored by, it's called New Moon. They have CBD products,
Okay.
it's kind of like creams. New Moon, NEEW, and then Moon, New Moon. Yeah, pretty cool products. So check them out, on the website.
Yeah.
And just want to say so far, thank you for the guys training with me, Underground MMA, Whitley's Boxing,
Yes,
and
sir.
Springfield Submission Society. So far, we got a little bit more work to do, and I know we're gonna get this win if we just keep working hard.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. And obviously, you know, as I mentioned, if nobody's ever been, it's going to be a great night of fights, 3 title fights, a crowd favorite, and Captain America, Gerald Muse.
Oh yeah.
And if you've never been out to a Combat FC, the athletes also make a lot on the tickets that helps support them, supports the training. So obviously, if you're looking to come out and support VIP Ali, you know, you can probably DM him right on his Instagram.
Oh
It's
yeah. Go ahead.
VIP Ali 413. Just hit him
Yep.
up and get tickets. Definitely get tickets through him because that's how you can support him. Come out, see a great night of fights. You can harass me and tell me how much I butcher Ali's name as well. But
Where will you be sitting?
I'm hitting Rick. I want to sit with Rick Caldwell, but I don't
Okay.
know if I'm going to be able to. I want to sit
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Rick said he's going to get me some good seats, but I'm actually coming in Thursday night or Thursday morning because I'm going to be at the weigh-ins. I'm going to cover the weigh-ins. I'm going to talk to you guys, everybody that I've interviewed, just kind of meet everybody, just be part of that. Anything I can do to support the event, support you guys. I love coming out to Combat FC from Buffalo. It's a direct flight, so you know, it helps out there. And then, you know, after Combat FC, we have a local amateur one, Gladius, and then I work.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever want to come up here for like amateurs, we got some good amateur fighters up here in the Buffalo, Rochester, New York area, for sure. Jonathan Piersma's from here.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, John Pearson's from here. Jake Hicksonbaugh.
Yep. I know you.
I think. Did you fight? Did you fight? No, you didn't fight Jacob Bone, did you?
No, I did. I fought Jacob Bode.
You did or did not?
No, I did. I did. I was beating his ass till he got me in it. He somehow like got his hand around my neck, and I had something happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't mean to bring up past because that's the sport of mixed
No,
martial arts.
it's all good. It's all good.
I play other sports and I win and I lose, but that's the thing. But sometimes losses, you learn more from a loss than you do a win. I've known actually
Oh yeah.
Jake. I've known Jake for like 20 years.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we go way back. He's the OG in these parts. And
Wow. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So, you know, he's out here as well. But, you know, again, I'm a huge fan of the sport, just trying to help you guys grow, get to that next level. You know, I definitely look forward to meeting you February 9th at Combat FC 6 in at the Shriners Auditorium in Wilmington, Mass. But Ali, VIP Ali, I truly appreciate the time. Just sit tight, okay, brother?
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Yep.